In this video, I'm going to be telling you guys how I met my fiance. Hello, everybody, it's Gerry, and welcome to my channel, Just Gerry, where I talk to you guys about random shit, important shit, things that are just on my mind. Before I even get started, I want to let you guys know that me and my fiance. Wait, how did I introduce my girl? Did I call her my girlfriend or did I call her my fiance? Sorry, she's my fiance. Me and my fiance have been together for 4 years now. Just became 4 years. January 3rd, 2020 is when we started dating. And I will say that when I was younger, back in my early 20s, I was pretty active. I was in those streets. Like, I was doing my thing, and I didn't think I was ready for a relationship. I had just gotten out of a 5-year relationship where the individual cheated on me and accused me of giving her an STD, and that's really what ended it. I would have stayed with her, but she started accusing me of nonsense, and at that time, there was nobody but her. So, couldn't have been me. And the crazy thing is, I never had anything. And it really came down to, how do you have this affliction and I don't? And I've had to go and get tested many years. In fact, it really impacted me for quite a long time, where I was afraid to do anything with anyone because who knew? But I didn't have anything, and to this day I still don't have anything. So we didn't end up staying together. Now fast forward, I'm now living my life. I've never been single for a very long time. Like, all throughout high school, my teenage years, like, I was in committed relationships. Like, I could not be alone, and I was a very popular guy, so people wanted to be with me, and I'm not gonna say I got around, but I was definitely enjoying myself. But after that 5-year relationship ended, I definitely took the time to keep to myself and, well, enjoy being single. So I was like single for 2 years, and then finally I met my girlfriend. But in those 2 years, like, I was dating around, I was sleeping around a lot. Like, it was bad. Like, I had, it's embarrassing to say now, but like, I really had like one or two girls in rotation every single day, and it wasn't the same woman either. It was They were different women, and they were consistent. They were consistent in that time. So it's like, I was never just keeping it cool. Like, I was in these streets, like, I was doing my thing. Then slowly but surely they started moving away, moving to different places, uh, and I just could not find myself committing to anybody, especially after that major betrayal. Could you imagine? And I know that, like, I was trying to, commit to some of these women, and it just wasn't working for me. I don't know what it was. It probably could have been the fact that I was really used to just being single and living my life and not having to answer to anybody, going where the wind took me. That's how I was living. I was drinking a lot. I mean, I was a lightweight back in the day, but I was drinking a lot. I wasn't really a smoker back then. And when I mean smoker, I'm like marijuana. Like, I was not smoking stuff like that. It had gotten to a point where I was, telling girls, yeah, I'd be with you. I'd be with them and just ghost them. Like, it was horrible. So to think that now in 2024, well, now that I'm engaged, like, that's a pretty big leap. Like, who would have thought? And I'm going to tell you how I met her. So me and my fiance, like I said, have been together for 4 years now. And we met, believe it or not, on Tinder. I mean, I was on Tinder not to find a girlfriend, but I was on there. Yeah, yeah, I was on Tinder to not find a girlfriend, but to just sleep around and enjoy myself. And I was doing that. I can't complain. I had literally over 1,000 matches. My bio was literally like, or my description was literally like, I have over 1,000 matches and I still haven't found the one. That line right there, got him. Sorry. Like, I knew what I was doing, and it's not like I was ugly or anything. Like, I was pretty. I would like to think that I was pretty attractive. Like, I mean, you guys be the judge. Like, am I ugly? Like, what? But yeah, like, I was actually on a lot of dating sites. I would show you the profile, but I don't have it anymore. It doesn't exist because I deleted it after finding my girl. Been dating around, and then I come across this profile, my girl's profile. For shits and giggles, I'm gonna call her Ashley. Ashley, I found Ashley's profile, and her profile picture. Now, back in the time, at the time, like I was really superficial in what I was looking for on Tinder, and her profile picture, it was off-putting to me. I couldn't tell you what it was that I didn't, that wasn't meshing with me, especially because her photos just weren't of good quality. And you know, like people on Tinder nowadays, like their photos be like professional grade. Okay, we're in 2024. Well, 4 years ago, maybe it wasn't up to that standard, but you know, the standard for that time, like it was like, what are you doing? Like the photos need to be hitting, and her photo, my girl's photos weren't hitting. Ashley's photos were not hitting. Now, I, I was like, I was honestly just like fuck it, and I matched with her, or I swiped right on her. I probably had like Tinder Gold or Tinder Plus, whatever it was called back in the day. I think it was Tinder Gold, and that allowed you to like go like search for matches all over the world. As you could swipe as long as you wanted to, like you could see the people who swiped on you, so it was really like you had a guaranteed match each trip. Like it was no failure, like because i had I had bought the subscription, so I'm doing that. Finally I added her back. I mean, she ended up, I think she might have hit me up or I might have hit her up, I don't know how it was. And I'm still looking at her photos. I'm just like, there is something not right with your photos, like, or there's something in your photos that I'm just not understanding. And the more I looked, it looked like Ashley had some kind of skin condition. And looking at that, that was weird for me because back in the time, I was like I said, I was kind of superficial. Like I wanted my my girlfriend to be perfect, like skin flawless, hair long, skin fair, light skin, like but fat. Okay, like that's the kind of girl that I, slim, thick, like that's the kind of girl I was looking for. Within those 2 years of me being single, it became very boring to me. Like I just wasn't interested in the sleeping around, dating around. I wanted to find somebody that I could settle down with and call my own and be with for a very long time. And so me finding this individual, I was like, you know, I am trying to find somebody that I want to be with long term, and I'm not quite sure if I can even commit at this time because it was very difficult for me to get out of this mindset at that age. Probably like 20, 21, 22, maybe 23. No, 4 years ago I was 23 years old because I'm 27 now. So 4 years ago I was 23 years old, 24 years old, 23, 24 years old, and I just could not settle down for anything. Like it was very difficult. But I wanted to, I was trying, and I wanted to make sure that the person that I was getting into a relationship with was decent, like had potential, was wifey potential, you know? So me and Ashley started talking for a very long time. It's October, we start talking for real. November, she invited me to like a Friendsgiving or something like that with her friends, and that would have been the first time I met her friends. That would have been the first time I met her because we did nothing but just chat on Tinder or Snapchat or whatever. And you know, her talking, it was really dry. Like I didn't. When girls don't really put in the effort, it's just like the talking is repetitive. We already done spilled our hearts out to each other. She knows my entire story. Like, what are we really talking about at this point? It was like the regular, oh, how was your day? It was good. How was work? It was good. What are you doing? Nothing. What are you watching TV? Or I'm sleeping, I'm laying down. Like, it was stupid conversation like that. And I was just like, I don't know. And so yeah, like I was supposed to meet up with her at our for a Friendsgiving. That didn't pan out. I don't remember what it was. I can't remember what it was or why I didn't go. I might have went. I might have been working, or I was at my dad's house for Thanksgiving or something like that. I can't remember why I didn't pop out to this Friendsgiving. So we don't end up seeing each other, but we're still talking. And at this point, like, you know, I'm like, I like you. I think I like you, and I know she's feeling the same way. But at this point, like, Now skip to December and we still have not seen each other. Then out of nowhere, she hit me with a deadline. She was like, "You have until New Year's to see me, otherwise, it's clipped." So now I'm just like, "Oh, this girl just put a deadline on me. She just told me I had until New Year's to come see her. Who the heck does actually think she is? Telling me that I have to see her by New Year's? Otherwise, we're done talking." Luckily for her, it worked because shortly after, I was like, you know what? Let's meet up somewhere. Let's plan a date. Let's go to Dave and Buster's. I'm still living in Stoughton, Massachusetts at the time. She's living and she lives in Randolph, and Randolph is like maybe like 10 minutes away from the door. 10 minutes away from the Dave and Buster's in South Shore Plaza. For you Bostonians, you know what I'm talking about. For people who don't live in Massachusetts or in Boston, I don't know what to tell you. So we meet up at Dave and Buster's, and I'm nervous. I'm not really nervous, but it's like, all right, it's whatever. At this point, I've been on like a million dates, so it's like it's just another one. Got to get it over with. I'm feeling her, but no, I'm not sure. I'm pulling up with my 2015 Dodge Charger. Like I was in them. I was in the streets. My muscle car, like, ooh, my blacked out muscle car like that. Like I was living life. I didn't have a lot of bills at the time, so I was living a finer life. My vehicle was fire. I was fire. I was pulling everybody in that thing. Pulled in Dave Buster's. I'm like, okay, I'm here. She's like, oh, I'm in the establishment or whatever. I'm in the lobby. Pull up to the lobby. I'm walking to the lobby. See her, or I didn't. I don't remember. I feel like I walked in. I might have walked past her. I was looking around. I'm like, hey, I'm here. Where are you? And she's like, oh, I'm here. I look up and I'm like, oh my God, that's her. And surprisingly, I don't know what I was expecting, but she was pretty attractive. Ashley was pretty attractive. And I was like, you know what? Great. And I was kind of mesmerized by her because her eyes, bro, like she has like these I want to say sexy. She has these really sexy green eyes. So, I was just like, okay. And she's light skinned. Her hair, she doesn't have long hair, and I prefer a girl with very long hair. I don't know. Oh, well, I could tell you why. It's because for most of my life, I've been obsessed with Hispanic women. Like, I've always just like dating Hispanic women. But she wasn't Hispanic. So it was different for me. And I like a girl with a little junk in her trunk. And I was looking at her, I was checking her out. I'm like, yo, you know what? Your pictures didn't do you justice, but in person, you're pretty attractive. I'm looking at her, she's walking around, and she got a little wagon on her. And it's like, okay, see her in her green jeans. Like, I gotta calm down. But yeah, like she's looking good. So, Dave & Buster's is kind of just like, it's one of those things where you walk around, you play a few games, and it's like, okay, what are we really doing? We get something to eat there, talking, then we leave the establishment or whatever. Maybe the date went well. Like, she was probably just like, oh, I'm not gonna eat or whatever. Me, I'm like, I'm starving. I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm finna bust this chicken wings or bust this burger down. Most likely bought chicken wings, but she was like, oh no, I'm not that hungry, or she ordered something and didn't really eat it. I mean, I know her now, so I know she's picky as fuck, but didn't know that back then. The date went well. I'm pleasantly surprised by the way she looks because her pictures didn't do her justice. We leave Dave and Buster's and we're parked in the parking lot. She's driving this crappy Nissan Altima. This 2000, I don't even know what year her Nissan Altima was. And I thought it was funny because my very first car, the car I bought outright, was a 2002 Nissan Altima. It was red. Lots of parts were broken off that thing. That thing was literally in the shop every other week. But, it was the first car I ever bought. I was proud of it. Where we walked to the parking lot. Then I'm like, hey, you want to just come to my car? We can chat. Like, I know Dave & Buster's is closed. I'm not really ready to end the date just yet. Or in my car, my Dodge Charger, she's like mesmerized by my car because my car is fire. Okay, there's a guy my age driving that thing, like, come on, like, Dodge Charger, money. I mean, it's not really that expensive, but you know, when you've never been exposed to a vehicle like that, like a muscle car like that, it's crazy. We're sitting in my car now, we're chatting. It's probably like we probably start talking like 10 o'clock or whatever. We're chatting for like literally till like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning in my car, like getting deep, really enjoying each other's company, just chatting away. And I think that's the realest conversation I've ever had with any woman or any girl ever. Like, and I think that's why I was just like, you know what, this might work out, because it was like we were really we were really feeling each other. Really, I'm not gonna say attached at that point, but like low key, like we were locked in. Then I don't know what happened. I don't think I made it. We didn't make it official. Yeah, we didn't make it official until January. So, you know, that date happens. Then we may have another date because my birthday is December 26th. So we then end up meeting at like Texas Roadhouse in Brockton. We're eating food, we're enjoying whatever. It's our first, well, my first birthday I'm spending with her. Then January comes. It's the new year. We're still talking, chatting, getting to know each other. I didn't make it official yet. At that point, I'm not like I wasn't dating around or anything like that. I wasn't talking to people. Come to find out, she was talking to other guys while we were kicking it, cooling it. I think about it now, and it makes me so mad, because it's just like I was exclusively talking to you, but you weren't exclusively talking to me. Ashley was trifling. She was. Because why the heck are you doing that? And it wasn't just like one guy, whatever. It was multiple guys, and we talk about it now. And she's just like, "Oh, my friends were telling me that you were probably out and about dating other women, doing whatever it is that you were doing. That's why you never." I was like, "No, that's not true. I was only talking to you. You didn't know that, but I was only talking to you." And as a matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I feel like I told her that, but okay, no, I did tell her that, and she's like, "Yo, he's probably." Her friends are probably like, "Oh, he's probably lying because all her friends are, you know." Not trusting of men and stuff like that. You know how girls are. Yeah, I do. I even need to say it. You know how girls are. So she goes, sleeps over some guy's house or whatever. Meets him for the first time. Some light skinned, chiseled man. Because you know she like white boys. She grew up in Needham and stuff like that. Like, not grew up there, but going to Needham public schools or Needham High or whatever the hell, wherever the hell she went to, where there's a lot of white people. She was really into white boys. Okay, probably her only black guy she's ever dated or been with, really. Yeah, she's sleeping over a guy's house, making out with other guys. Like, how dare she? And it's like, and the crazy thing is, like, that night I didn't even ask her for a kiss after we left my car at like 2 o'clock in the morning. Like, I was respectful, like hugged her goodbye. We didn't want to leave each other, but it's like we gotta go. And normally I would be like, "Yo, what would you say if I asked you for a kiss right now?" And it normally works, but like I didn't do that. Like I waited. She's like dating around, messing around, entertaining all these other people, and I'm not. And so then we end up getting a hotel together for like a few hours, and we're in there, we're cool, and we're kicking it, we're like getting to know each other, enjoying each other or whatever. And she said something that pissed me off. I think she said something like, "We're not official, we're not dating, I can see whoever we want." And that struck a nerve, and I was like, what the fuck you mean we're not? You can date whoever you want. And she was like, "I can." So we're not exclusive. I'm like, "Yeah, we are. You're my girlfriend now." Something I said something along those lines. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. It was like, "Well, you're my girlfriend now then, because what do I look? Who do you think you are, going around and still messing around with other people or talking to other people or yeah, going on dates with other guys when you're with me and you're talking to me? I'm investing my time in you. Who do you think you are to be investing your time in other people when I'm investing in you?" And so that day, that night in that hotel room, we became official, because it did not sit well with my spirits for her to be entertaining other men while she was talking to me. And that's how we ended up together. Fast forward 4 years, we're now engaged. Now, or not, yeah, we're engaged. That is not to say that these last few years were not the most testing times of my relationship or in my life. I don't know why I said relationship. The most testing times in my life. Okay. One, she was way younger than me, still super immature. Ashley was not in a stable relationship ever. So being with me was just like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, why are you so insecure about everything? Like, what are you doing? Like, oh, and I guess I fostered an environment or in a relationship with her where she felt more secure and could get out of that years later. But in the beginning, like, she was attached to me to the hip. Like, she cannot leave me be. She always had to be with me. Like, she cannot bear to not see me, speak to me. Like, it was a lot. Like, she had real attachment issues, and luckily she grew out of that. She got more secure herself, secure in our relationship, secure with me. But there were so many issues. She was ready to run away or end a relationship over every argument. We were tested, and to this day we still are low-key tested. Like, I'm not gonna lie and say we aren't, but what relationship is perfect? Because I can tell you my relationship is not perfect. In fact, I'm still working on myself to this day, and I'm 27 years old, and I would hope that she's still working on herself. Like, but yeah, that's how we ended up together. We met on Tinder, went on 1 or 2 dates. She told me that she didn't want to be, or she told me that she was going to be talking and spending time with other guys while I was investing in her. I told her that's unfortunate because you're my girlfriend now, so go ahead and try that because I'm not the one. Don't play with me. So yeah, that is how I met my current fiance. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. And in the comments down below, let me know, are you in a relationship? And if you are, how long have you been in this relationship? I'm really eager to know. But if you want, I'm not going to tell you to, but if you'd like to, subscribe. Why not? It can't hurt. But with that being said, have a great day. I'll see you again. Bye.